Well, we had a long-established pandemic response document, and that was just thrown in the bin.
I must give the British people a very simple instruction.
And then we went for the WHO recommendations.
Stay-at-home orders have successfully suppressed transmission.
You must stay at home.
Lockdowns.
Every part of the United Kingdom is now in lockdown.
Furlough schemes.
The economy saw its biggest drop since 300 years ago.
Mandatory vaccinations.
Healthcare workers who haven't yet had their first COVID vaccine face the sack.
The same bad decisions
There's no infectious disease textbook that advises that anywhere, ever.
were adopted basically by governments across the world. It just seems to be a coordinated madness.
The reason for the huge and unrelenting pressure of demand on the NHS is the vaccines and the boosters and their side effects.
I concentrate on the vaccine harms and the vaccine deaths because, very sadly, the bodies keep piling up.
63,000 excess deaths in England and Wales in the last 12 months.
Even a cursory look last autumn at the data showed that there was a very close correlation between vaccine uptake and excess deaths in developed countries.
What we're seeing here is a pattern repeated across countries. Excessive deaths are striking down people in the prime of life.
Just talk about how global this problem is and how Australia is a good example.
Obviously, the one place that can help us understand exactly what caused this is Australia. Australia had almost no COVID when vaccines were first introduced, making them the perfect control group.
By December, 21, there was only 1,000 cases of COVID in South Australia, but you'd had a mass vaccine rollout and you were suffering vaccine harms and excess deaths.
For 15 to 44-year-olds, there was historically 1,300 emergency cardiac presentations a month. Overall, there were 17,900 South Australians who had a cardiac emergency in 2021, compared to only 13,250 in 2018, a 35% increase. It is clearly the vaccine that must be the number one suspect.
Most people will know someone now they believe who probably has been badly affected or died because of the vaccine.
Sadly, the number of people affected in the UK and across the world cannot be ignored or hidden indefinitely.
So I was told, when I explained all my concerns, a party grandee told me the party line. So you need to bear in mind that you're taking on the most powerful vested interest in the world with all the personal risk for you which that will entail.
MP who forged a career as an outspoken backbencher may this time have gone too far.
The disgusting anti-Semitic, anti-vax conspiracy theories are not only deeply offensive but anti-scientific and have no place in this House or in our wider society.
Madam Deputy Speaker, we've already sacrificed, in my view, far too many of our citizens on the altar of ignorance and unfettered corporate greed.
They turned around to me and said, Andrew, there's currently no political appetite for your views on the vaccine. There may well be in 20 years' time, and you're probably going to be proven right then.
This might be the first debate on excess deaths in our Parliament. Indeed, it might be the first debate on excess deaths in the world. But very sadly, I promise you, it won't be the last.
And they said to me, why are you willing to sacrifice your career on the hill of vaccine harms? I said, because that's the hill you're killing my people on.